Yeah, g'day. This being Australia, that's how we say it. Oh, this is to Sam Mostyn, the purported pretend Governor General. This is Webster's Dictionary. If you look up prorogue in here, and just to make sure, we got Collier's Dictionary. And you look up prorogue there, means to dissolve the Parliament. If you've dissolved it, how come you had that brain-dead communist clown at your table saying, I withdraw or I resign from being a Prime Minister? Well, number one, there's no such office as Prime Minister. And how do you resign from something that doesn't exist when he's only a lackey in the federal parliament? And you would have or should have known to take up your position as the Governor-General, which you didn't take up because you couldn't. You had to be the Queen's representative, and that's the Queen of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, not the Queen of Australia, because that idiot does not exist. Like that, nor does the King of Australia. They don't exist in law. So, next you prepared documents for them to do their oath on the Bible and on the Quran. Well, is there no end to your treason? Is there no end to your stupidity? You've been sent documents which explain you were never lawfully elected. You are the guardian of our Constitution, purportedly are, but you've never met the criteria, nor are you. All you do is sit there, carry on like you know something when you do know that what you're doing is committing blatant treason. Albanese is not and never will be a member of Parliament. Why? Because he's attainted of treason. I already accused him. He has to prove it's not so, but he can't because he is a traitor. There has never been a lawful parliament in this country. The first parliament only had 5 states to create it, and there should have been 6. Oh, I saw the lies bandied around. We were created as an independent sovereign nation. That's all lies. It's all lies. The Constitution says it's lies. The supreme, absolute and uncontrollable authority remains with the people. The Constitution says no act can ever be put in place without its compliance with our Constitution. Why? Because the Constitution says it. You have sworn in a bunch of lying, filthy traitors. Now, you try to explain to us where you got all this authority. Where you got the authority to allow them, being Albanese and his morons, to hand out the portfolios when clearly that is your job. Clearly it is your job to select 10 from the lower house, 8 from the upper. You didn't do it in the last purported parliament and you haven't done it in this. Why? Because you're one of 2 things, no 3. Thick, stupid, or an outright traitor. You've been told enough times. Hurley was told, you think he ignored the law. You have allowed a purported health minister to go overseas and sign away our rights. Oh, we got a treaty, we got an agreement. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. If you took the time, you would find out, just as Kirby said, you want to sign those agreements and bring them back into this country. First, you've got to get permission of the people to do it. Secondly, you've got to get permission to have those things. You cannot just put them in our law. I don't care what purported professors and know-alls and all those idiots say. Our Constitution says if a permission isn't granted by the Constitution, it's denied. You can't say, oh, we'll deal with the states, it's got to go to them. No, there are no states. By 1974, every state had removed its constitution and removed its authority to exist. So how then can you have a federal parliament which relies on the fact that the representatives of each state create the parliament, nothing else. Nothing. It's as simple as that. Now you've got the idiot, after refusing to swear on the Bible, is going over to kiss the hand of Satan himself, the Pope, who claims to be God. Well, if he's God, he's on the wrong end of the stick, mate. And you wouldn't swear on the Bible. You wouldn't even swear the oath. Do you have to? You know that, Sam Mostyn. Don't say you don't know the oath is in the Constitution. Don't say you can swear on the Quran. That's a lie. 42 of the Constitution says every senator and every member of the House of Representatives, before taking their seat, must swear the oath in the Constitution. The oath is a covenant to uphold our Constitution, laws, and the Crown of England. Not what you want to do. There is no freedom to vary that or go outside that. All of that is lies and treason. Nothing more. Nothing less. You are nothing but a bunch of lying, thieving traitors. These idiots who you swore in passed the purported law to, if you involve another country in our affairs, you're committing a crime. What do you think handing our rights over to the WHO and WEF are? What do you call that? Where is the authority to sign us up to the teachings or ideals of another country or community? None. Where do you get it from? None. Why are you doing it? Because you're traitors, liars, frauds, and thieves. That's all you've ever done. It doesn't matter if you put an ABN, ACN, or join the Foreign Agents Registration Act of America as foreign agent government entities, come back into Australia as trading companies. None of that matters. You are filthy, lying traitors, and the people have the right to get rid of you. Read Clause 61 of Magna Carta and look at or listen to what Sir Winston Churchill said. The people have the right to do whatever they want to stop idiots like you being in the position you are because you're traitors. Every single one of you are lying, thieving, maggot traitors. Yeah, David, I'm sick of them doing it too, but I don't let myself get sick on that. They are maggots. They are traitors. They are the scum of this earth. They don't give a hang about anybody. Just look at it, prancing around in the office. I'm this, I'm that. You're a nothing. Mostyn, you're a nothing. Just a filthy traitor. Albanese and every member of the federal parliament they've just put in, all traitors. You, Mostyn, if you were lawful, would have to select 10 from the lower house, 8 from the upper, give them all the portfolios, and when you prorogue the parliament, run this country on the public service and that executive council, not the executive cabinet. There's no such thing. If there is, show me in the Constitution where it is, because if it's not there, it doesn't exist. And you allow, you and the Chief Justice of the High Court allow all these laws in this country to continue when you have the power to wipe out these so-called local governments which don't exist in law. Oh, the Superior Court said. No, the Superior Court can't said. If there's no authority granted in Section 51 of the Constitution, that federation, over land, then there is none. You have created trading companies out of these entities and given authority over our land and the right to make laws controlling it. What's that? Treason. Western Australia, you never were constituted, so anything come out of there from the mouth of Dodgy Roger and all the rest of the fleas, nothing but blatant treason. McGowan, he's a lying little maggot. None of yous have any lawful rights to do anything unless we give it to you, and we haven't given it to you. Where were the last referendums where we gave you authority over us? We didn't. I explained the other day how you screwed over the native people of this country. You know, the not original natives, Aboriginal natives. You screwed them over, took everything off them. I could go in great depth and explain a lot more on that because I've found out a lot more and I've got a lot more. You know, It's so bad in this country, you just take everything and everybody just sits there and watches you, except a few people come on here. I know there's a lot of people waking up, but you've got to wake right up. Kick the garbage out of our country. It's not theirs. Albanese says, oh, it's my government and we have a mandate. The only mandate you've got is those blokes you hang around with at the Mardi Gras. They're all your mandates. And what do they get up to? Are you going to tell us? Look at them all running around in the parliament kissing when you put through a plebiscite which has absolutely no authority in law. And the common law of this country said it's an abomination to God. And look at that. Oh, you're so interested in that. Couldn't happen, doesn't apply to this. But you're going over to shake hands with the Pope. And he's one of the biggest pedophiles in the world. The biggest homosexual, murderer, thief. Everything that he's protected, he becomes part of. And that goes for you. Our whole parliament's full of pedophiles. Every political party are pedophiles, every single one of them. They don't like that tag. Go look at the law. When we reveal it to you and you do nothing, you become party to that offence. That's the law. You don't like what I'm saying? Yeah, mandates, all right. He's having mandates all the time, Stephen. The guy's a moron. You know, you sit down and you look at what's going on. The federal police should be lined up at the airport waiting for that so-called ex, because he hasn't been sworn in yet, unless they did a special deal on him, Minister for Health. He's going over there to sign our rights away. Where's the referendum? When are you going to do something about what I'm talking about and what everybody else is talking about? And I'll tell you now, you can have a go at me about misinformation because this is constitutional reality, you lovely little people. Section 61 to 68 says your duties, Sam Moxon. I suggest you get off your lazy backside. You're being paid to run the military. Run it. You're being paid to uphold our Constitution. Do it. Get the Chief Justice of the High Court. If he won't do what he's told, sack him. Elbows in Indonesia probably chasing ladyboys. That would not surprise me. I'm not saying he's doing it. It wouldn't surprise me. Anyway, at the end of the day, he's a lying, thieving, rotten traitor, and he's never going to get anything until he's dealt with according to the law. Our law. Our law. Not L-O-R-E, L-A-W. Every people, we the people join together, not half a dozen pretend Aboriginals who are about as much Aboriginal as Father Christmas. I don't care what you got to say. Kangaroo Jack and your other mate. Where's your initiation marks? Where are they? Till you got those, all you are is a couple of spanners with a big mouth and nothing going between your ears. Wake up. You don't speak for the native race of this country. You don't. And guess what? When we're born here, we're part of it. And you can't change that. You want to go back to the country you came from? Well, go in your ancestors. Putting up a couple of real dark native-skinned native people doesn't make you one of them. You are definitely not one of them. You don't have the same heart. You don't have the same spirituality they have. You don't have their customs, their beliefs, and you don't have their attachment to the land. To do that, you have to be initiated. You haven't been. If you have, show us all your marks on your chest and your arm. Proper ones, not pretend ones that you paint on. Till then, you're a couple of spanners with nothing useful to say. And those spanners are so worn out, chuck them in the bin. They have no good use to anybody. The thing is, Sam Mostyn, you're a filthy traitor. Time you woke up and got out of our system, got out of our paychecks, got out of our Governor-General's house, and put someone in there who's going to follow the laws of this country, because you're sure not. And nothing you can say now can change it, because I'm calling you out under 44 of the Constitution, and every one of those politicians, you took an unlawful oath. Not what I call an unlawful oath, what the Constitution calls an unlawful oath. You never followed the requirements. Why? Because a person charged with looking after our Constitution never did it. Never did it. And isn't doing it. So, Moxon, get out of our buildings. Stop collecting money. And Albo, someone said, we're sick and tired of paying for your girlfriend too. Get the heck out of our parliament. You're an idiot, a moron and a filthy traitor. Every single one of yous are traitors. Get that? Don't get it? I don't care. You're still filthy, lying traitors. So, on that, you have a lovely day. I've got better things today to do than address morons. Get out of our parliament and grow up.